Good afternoon, students. Yes, a very good afternoon to all. So today we are starting our bridge course at a right time, on a right day, and anyhow, we are going to continue with our bridge course only for a few days. 3 more days to go. Okay, so let us look at the human physiology. So let us look at the human physiology in this session, and tomorrow as well as day after tomorrow, we are going across the systems of the humans, where we are going to study the digestive system, respiratory system, and circulatory system. Yes, with that, we are going to end up our bridge course. Yes, now based on the bridge course, as I told you, exams may not be conducted, but Aditi Kamte, yes, can you hear my voice? Aditi, it's a problem with Aditi Kamte. Yes, use a headphone if you are not listening it properly. And if there is a network issue, then only you will feel that. Okay? Yes. So with this, let us start with the human digestive system. Okay. Now, yes, Rakshita, do not worry about the exams, whether exams are conducted or no. That is a different issue. But only the thing is, keep on reading every day. Basavaraj, yesterday's class screenshot, I will send you the video only and you can take the screenshot if it is needed. Yes. Sarayu Deshpande, yes. Do not worry. Sarayu, don't worry. Nothing will happen. Yes. So yesterday I have added you in the group. Do not worry about that. And no issue with the bridge course also. So do not worry. Okay, I'll help you. So later on after the class, call me. So whatever you need, I'll give you. Okay. Yes, Aishwarya Sonakar. Fine. Okay, now let us start with the human digestive system. And here, with respect to the human digestive system, what we require is what are the parts that are involved in human digestive system. Yes. Now, here let us start with one by one the first structure as you are seeing it on your screen. So what we require here is the first one, we say the mouth. First one comes the mouth. Then second one comes the buccal cavity, which is also said to be oral cavity. Third one is pharynx. Fourth one, esophagus. Fifth one, stomach. And last one is intestine. Where we divide this intestine into small intestine as well as large intestine. Anand Bulur. Yes, don't worry. If you have joined for the first time, and if it is the first class also, do not worry. Now you will start with the first topic another. Yes, so do not worry. Fine, is that clear, Anand Bulur? Okay. Now, these are the parts of the human digestive system where you have studied in your high school level also. Okay, in high school dagu study madiri human digestive system ಬಗ್ಗೆ. Yes. ಆಹಾರ ಜೀರ್ಣತೆ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಗೊತ್ತದ. Okay, now what we have these parts. First, mouth, oral cavity, pharynx, esophagus, stomach, as well as intestine. So these are the parts. Now what exactly they will function? Yes, now when we come across the part of the mouth, mouth is a structure that is surrounded by lips externally. Externally it is surrounded by the lips, we call it as mouth. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು mouth ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ. Then second one, buccal cavity. Now let us look at the diagram. Just look at the diagram here. So here first part, here you can see here, yes, this is the mouth. Yes, then comes the second one, oral cavity, ಅಥವಾ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಹೆಸರು buccal cavity ಅಂತಾನೂ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. This is the second one, oral cavity. Then comes the third one is a pharynx. This is the third one. Then comes a long tube-like structure. Fourth one, esophagus. Then comes fifth one, the stomach. Then after that, after the stomach, next part bartakantada intestine. Yes, we will discuss all these parts one by one. Okay. Yes, correct. Basavaraj, this is your NCERT diagram only. Nim NCERT diagram ene. ನೀವು ಈಗೂ ಅದನ್ನ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ, then in our actual syllabus also you are going to study the same thing only, so that it will be very easy for you. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತದ ಅಂತ ನಿಮಗೆ. Okay, now as it is human physiology ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? Physiology means the working of human organs. We call it as working of human organs. ಹೆಂಗ್ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾವ, ಆಹಾರ ಜೀರ್ಣತೆ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಆಗ್ತದ, how exactly the process of digestion of food takes place. Okay, the question comes, for the digestion of food, ಆಹಾರ ಜೀರ್ಣತೆ ಆಗಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಏನೇನ್ ಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದ? First we require digestive system. ನೀವು ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇರುವಂತದ on your screen, that is the digestive system. Second ಏನ್ ಬೇಕು? digestive glands ಅಂತ ಬೇಕಾಗ್ತಾವ, ಗ್ರಂಥಿಗಳು ಬೇಕಾಗ್ತಾವ. Yes, ಪ್ರಜ್ವಲ್, ಇದು ನಿಮ್ NCERT ದಾಗ ಇದ್ದದ, ನಾವು ಇನ್ನೂ ನಿಮ್ NCERT ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ. Yes, this is only the bridge course where I am just telling you regarding the system. Okay, yes, first we require digestive system. ನಮಗ ಅನ್ನನಾಳ ಅಥವಾ digestive system ಅನ್ನೋದು ಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಎರಡನೇದು ಏನ್ ಬೇಕು? digestive glands, ಗ್ರಂಥಿಗಳು ಬೇಕಾಗ್ತವೆ. ಮೂರನೇದು ಏನ್ ಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ? Yes, what do we require? Yes, did you understand my point? For the process of digestion of the food, ನಮಗೆ ಏನ್ ಬೇಕು? we require digestive system, digestive gland. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ digestive enzymes ತಯಾರು ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತಾವೆ. ಇನ್ನೇನ್ ಬೇಕು? ಮತ್ತೇನ್ ಬೇಕು? ಸಮರ್ಥ, ಸೂರ್ಯವಂಶಿ, ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್, ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ಮತ್ತೇನ್ ಬೇಕು ನಮಗ? Yes, any others out of you 300 people? Yes, intestine ಬೇಕಾ? Fine. ಸಹನಾ enzymes ನ ಹೇಳಿದೆ, ಸಹನಾ ರೆಡ್ಡಿ, I told you enzymes ಬೇಕು. ಶ್ರೀನಿವಾಸ್ ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಬೇಕಾ? Yes, ಶ್ವೇತಾ ಸಲೈವ ಬೇಕಾ? ಬಸಪ್ಪ ನಾಗೇಶ್ ಹಾರ್ಟ್, ಮೌತ್, ಬಾಯಿ ಬೇಕಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ. Yes, correct. Yeah, I am getting you all the funny answers. ಆಹಾರ ಜೀರ್ಣತೆಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಬಹಳ ಜನ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರು, ಹಾರ್ಟ್ ಬೇಕು, ಕಿಡ್ನಿ ಬೇಕು, ಲಿವರ್ ಬೇಕು, ಆಕ್ಸಿಜನ್ ಬೇಕು, ನೀರ್ ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ನಾಕತ್ತೀರಿ. ಬಹಳ ಕೆಲವೇ ಜನ ಫುಡ್ ಬೇಕು. ಎಸ್, ಯು ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ ಫುಡ್, ಆಹಾರ ಬೇಕು ತಾನೆ. ಎಸ್, ಫುಡ್ ಇದ್ರನ್ನ ಡೈಜೆಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಫುಡ್ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಇದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಡೈಜೆಷನ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ? ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್, ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್? Yes, now whatever you are talking, Srinivas, whatever you are telling about the HCl, all those things, they comes under the part of the digestive what? Juices only. Yes, understood? I have told you these 2 points. 2 point na nimage helidini, 3 point nimage bittni. ಮೂರನೇದ ಆಹಾರ, ಫುಡ್. ಇಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಬೇಕಾ? digestive system ಅದ, digestive gland ಅದ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಏನ್ ಬೇಕು? ಫುಡ್ ಬೇಕಲ್ಲ. Yes, followed? Yes. So this is regarding the basic requirement. Idu nam basic requirement ಆಗ್ತದ. Yes. Now with respect to food, we require food for what purpose? To get the energy. ನಮಗೆ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದ. Yes, for the purpose of energy we require food. Then without food can we live? Yes, for few days. For few days, but not more days, because when we eat the food, some of the food is stored in the reserve form. Reserve food store ಆಗ್ತದ. That reserve food is nothing but what? It is glycogen. And during our fasting, ಉಪವಾಸದು ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಈ ರಿಸರ್ವ್ ಫುಡ್ ವಾಪಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತದ. ಒಂದ್ ದಿನ ಉಪವಾಸ, 2 ದಿನ ಉಪವಾಸ ಅಂತ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ರಿಸರ್ವ್ ಫುಡ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಯುಟಿಲೈಸ್ಡ್. ಬಟ್ ಬಹಳ ದಿನ ನಾವು ಹಚ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾಗ ಗ್ಲೂಕೋಸ್ ಖಾಲಿ ಆದಾಗ ಫ್ಯಾಟ್ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಡೌನ್ ಆಗ್ತದ, ಫ್ಯಾಟ್ ಖಾಲಿ ಆದಾಗ ಪ್ರೋಟೀನ್ಸ್ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಡೌನ್ ಆಗ್ತಾವ ನಮ್ಮ ಬಾಡಿ ಒಳಗಡೆ. ವೇರ್ ವಿ ಕಾಲ್ ಇಟ್ as a severe starvation. It is a point of severe starvation. Yes, okay. So this is regarding the basic introductory points with respect to human digestive system. Yes, because any advantage of fasting, ಉಪವಾಸ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಏನ್ ಉಪಯೋಗದ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಿ. ಉಪವಾಸ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ you can become lean, correct? But that is not the actual method to become slim. ಬಹಳ ಜನ ಡಯಟ್ ಅಂತ ಅಂತಾರೆ. ಡಯಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಊಟ ಬಿಡೋದು ಅಥವಾ ಚೂರ್ ಊಟ ಮಾಡೋದು ಡಯಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಡಯಟ್ ಅಂತಂದ್ರ whatever the nutrition we require, we have to take that nutrition. ನಮ್ಗೆ ದಿನನಿತ್ಯ ಬಳಸಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಏನೇನ್ ಬೇಕಾಗ್ತಾವ, whatever the nutrients or whatever the ingredients that we require to maintain our good health, what we require. Yes, Sarna, stop eating oily foods. Oily food totally bittiri. You will suffer with other sorts of disorders. Correct? Skin related disorders start ಆಗ್ತಾವ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು. ಎಲ್ಲ ಫುಡ್ ಬೇಕು ನಮ್ಗೆ. ದೇಹದ ಆರೋಗ್ಯ ಕಾಪಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಟೈಪ್ ಫುಡ್ ಬೇಕು. ಬಟ್ ಯಾವ್ದನ್ನ ಎಷ್ಟು ತಿನ್ಬೇಕು, ಯಾವ್ದು ಇತಿಮಿತಿ ಒಳಗಿರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಅದು ನಮಗೆ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್? ಈಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಮೋರ್ ಆಯಿಲಿ ಫುಡ್ಸ್, ಮೋರ್ ಜಂಕ್ ಫುಡ್ಸ್ ಲೀಡ್ಸ್ ಟು ವಾಟ್? ಅಕ್ಯುಮುಲೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಫ್ಯಾಟ್. ಅಕ್ಯುಮುಲೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಫ್ಯಾಟ್. ಬಹಳ ಜನ ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂತಾನ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಈಟಿಂಗ್ ದ ಫುಡ್. ಓಕೆ, ಆನ್ಲೈನ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಮುಗಿದ ತನಕ ಫುಡ್ ತಿಂತಾ ಇರ್ತೀರಿ. ಎಸ್, ಡು ನಾಟ್ ಡೂ ದಟ್. ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ನಮ್ರತ. Balanced diet, balanced food is most important, right? Yes, because we require all the things. ನಮಗೆ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಫುಡ್ ಶಾರ್ಟೇಜ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಒಂದ್ ಕಡೆ, then ultimately we suffer with the deficiency diseases, deficiency disorders. Yes, correct sir. We require all the type of food. ಯಾವ್ದು ಫುಡ್ ಚಲೋ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ಟೈಪ್ ಫುಡ್ ತಿನ್ಬೇಕಂತ. Yes, have the habit of eating various different types of foods. ಅದಕ್ಕಾಗಿ there is a saying in Kannada, ಊಟ ಬಲ್ಲವನಿಗೆ ಎಸ್ ರೋಗವಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್? ಊಟ ಬಲ್ಲವನಿಗೆ ರೋಗವಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದ್ರ ನೀವು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಆಹಾರ ಪದ್ಧತಿ ಇತ್ತಂತಂದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಯಾವ್ದು ಡಿಸೀಸ್ ಬರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಂದ್ರ ನೀವು ಒಂದೇ ಟೈಪ್ ಫುಡ್ ತಿನ್ನೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಸಫರ್ ವಿತ್ ದ ಡಿಸಾರ್ಡರ್ಸ್. ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್? ಸಂಗಮೇಶ್, ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್, ಯು ಆರ್ ಟೈಪ್ಡ್ ವೆರಿ ನೈಸ್ಲಿ. ಎಸ್, ಫೈನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಈಗ ವಾಪಸ್ ತಿರ್ಗ ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಗೋ ಇಂಟು ದ ಕಿಚನ್ಸ್, ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಕಮ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಟು ದ ಡೈಜೆಸ್ಟಿವ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್. ಎಸ್, ಕಾವ್ಯ, ಫಾಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ಫುಲ್ ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೀಯಾ? ಫಾಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಯಾಕೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಯಾವ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಒನ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಈಸ್, ಇಫ್ ಯು ಡೂ ಆನ್ ಫಾಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್, ದಟ್ ಮೀನ್ಸ್ once you are resting your digestive system, one thing, first point. Then second is, for what reason you are fasting, ಯಾವ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ನೀವು ಫಾಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? And let me give you one reason. Now till now I have not did any fasting, and during my work time if there is any additional work, and sometimes that might be skipped. But purposefully ನಾವು ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಂತಂದ್ರೆ it depends on your intention. Yes, ಯಾಕಂತಂದ್ರ ಸಂಕಷ್ಟಿ ಬರ್ತಾವ, ಏಕಾದಶಿ ಬರ್ತಿರ್ತಾವ, ಬಹಳ ಜನ ಅದು ರೂಢ ಇರ್ತದ. So it depends on your will and wish. But fasting ಅಂತ ಅನ್ನೋದು whether it is good or bad ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ it depends on the health condition. If all your health condition is fine, if you do one day fasting, then no problem, not at all an issue. But if you are suffering with any sorts of diseases, diabetes ಇದ್ದವರಿಗೆ ಫಾಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಬರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಸ್ಟಮಕ್ ಅಲ್ಸರ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ದವರಿಗೆ ಫಾಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಬರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕ? ಫಾಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಇದು ಇನ್ನೂ ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗ್ತದೆ, ಡಿಸೀಸ್ ಹೆಚ್ಚಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಎಸ್, ಓಕೆ. ಅಭಿಜಿತ್, ಫಾಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ದ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಫಾರ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸರ್. ಹಂಗಿದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲಾ ರೋಗಕ್ಕ ಫಾಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಅನ್ನ ರೀಸನ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲಾರು ಕೋವಿಡ್ ಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಊಟ ಮಾಡೋದು ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಡ್ತಿದ್ರ. ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? ಇಟ್ಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್. ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ನೋ ವೇ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್. ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? ಫಾಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಎಷ್ಟೋ ಡಿಸೀಸ್ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದ we don't have any evidence. But if you are taking in drinking up of water every day, little bit more quantity, ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ವಾಟರ್ ಥೆರಪಿ ಅಂತಾನೂ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ನೀರಿನಿಂದ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಹಲವಾರು ರೋಗಗಳನ್ನು ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಇವನ್ ದ ಹೆಡ್ಏಕ್, ಬಹಳ ಜನ ಹೆಡ್ಏಕ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಅಂತಿರ್ತಾರ. ಇಫ್ ಯು ಟೇಕ್ ample amount of water, if you hydrate your body, then ultimately what happens, most of the disease, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ವಾಟರ್ ಕಂಟೆಂಟ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೈತಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಬಾಡಿದಾಗ ಇರೋ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಟಾಕ್ಸಿಕ್ ಎಲಿಮೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ತೆಗಿತಿರ್ಬೋದು. ಬಹಳ ಜನಕ್ಕೆ ತಲೆನೂ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಏನಿರ್ತೈತಿ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನೀರ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಕುಡಿತು ಬರಿ. Yes, then ultimately you will get rid of those headache problems. Understood? Okay, fine. So let's come back for this, for our human digestive system. So first point is mouth, Mouth is externally surrounded by the lips, then inside which we have the second part where we call it as buccal cavity or oral cavity. Okay, now let us look at the buccal cavity or the oral cavity. So let me take it here. Yes. Now what is present here? In the buccal cavity, where we also call it as oral cavity. Now in this buccal cavity or the oral cavity, you can just see it in the diagram. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತದ ಏನಿರ್ತಾವ parts ಇಲ್ಲಿ, what are the parts that are present here? So here we have tongue and we have teeth. The oral cavity we have tongue and teeth. Okay, then the question comes, tongue is an organ of tongue is an organ of water. And somebody is asking how many liters we have to drink water. ಪ್ರತಿದಿನ ಎಷ್ಟು ಲೀಟರ್ ನೀರು ಕುಡಿಬೇಕಂತ ಅಂತದ. ಮಿನಿಮಮ್ ಇಸ್ 3 liters. ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಡ್ರಿ ಯಾರು ಎಷ್ಟು ನೀರು ಕುಡಿತೀರಿ ಅಂತ. ನೀರು ಕುಡಿಯೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಕಿಡ್ನಿ ಸ್ಟೋನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, so tongue is an organ of what? Taste, and tongue is an organ of speech. Correct? Yes. Taste ನಮಗೆ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತದ? Through the tongue. Yes. Sweet, salt, sour or bitter, these are the things which we get only from the tongue. That's why tongue is called as an organ of taste, or it is also called as a gustatory organ, meaning sense of taste. Gustatory organ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ. Okay, then apart from this, speech, tongue is involved in the production of the speech. Voice ಅಂತ ಅನ್ನುವಂತದ, it is by the voice box, larynx ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ, but speech ಅಂತ ಅನ್ನುವಂತದ, it is mainly by the tongue. Yes. Okay, now tongue, one side it is free and towards its posterior end it is attached. Okay, this is regarding the part of the tongue. Then buccal cavity ಒಳಗಡೆ tongue ಇರ್ತದ, teeth ಇರ್ತದ, then we have even the salivary glands also. ಅವೇನಂತನೂ ನೋಡೋಣ. Okay, let us come to the part of teeth. Okay, now just see here, this is the oral cavity. Inside this oral cavity, tongue is there, then teeth is there. Now oral cavity is divided from the nasal cavity by a hard palate on the upper side. With the help of the tongue you can feel that, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ಇರುವಂತದ, there is a hard palate. ಆ hard palate side ಒಳಗಡೆ ಏನದಾವ ಅಂತಂದ್ರ, so there are certain ridges where we call it as a rugae ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ. Yes, ಎಲ್ಲಿ oral cavity ಒಳಗಡೆ ಹೆಂಗಿರ್ತಾವ ಅಂತಂದ್ರ, I'll show you here. There are certain ridges. ಈ ರೀತಿ ಅದ, that will provide you a grip, and that will, for the food it gives a grip, and these structures are present on the upper palate. Yes, upper palate ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ಇರುವಂತ ಒಂದು ಹಾರ್ಡ್ ಪ್ಲೇಟ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ. that palate will differentiate nasal cavity, oral cavity. Nasal cavity ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? The cavity present in the nose. Oral ಅಂದ್ರೆ mouth cavity ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ. Okay, yes, right. Now in the teeth, let's put the teeth here. Yes, human teeth are said to be diphodont, human teeth are said to be thecodont, human teeth are said to be bonodont, human teeth are said to be heterodont. Okay, so these are the things. ಇವುದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ಬರ್ತೀವಿ. Diphodont. Don't under teeth. Di andre ಎಷ್ಟು? Two sets. So presence of what? Diphodont. Presence of two sets of teeth. Two sets of teeth. Yao. What are those? One is the milk teeth, and second one is the permanent teeth. Correct? Yard set name teeth. Yard set yavudantre milk teeth, permanent teeth. Halu hallu, shashwata hallu anta kariteve. Yes. Okay. Next nodri thecodont. Yes. What exactly we mean by thecodont? Now thecodont meaning teeth are present in sockets. Teeth are present in sockets. Nama teeth elli irtava? Yes, teeth are present in sockets where they are present. Our teeth are not superficial. Adu nam jaw ಒಳಗಡೆ locate ಆಗ್ಯಾವ. Sockets ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ. They are located in the jaws, upper jaw, lower jaw. That's why such type of attachment or presence of the teeth inside the socket we call it as thecodont. ಇದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಶಬ್ದ ಬಳಸ್ತೀವಿ, thecodont. Then next one is bonodont. ಹಂಗಿದ್ರೆ bonodont ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? Bonodont ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ teeth with low cusp. Teeth with low cusp. Low cusp ಅಂತಂದ್ರ molar and premolar ದವಡೆ ಹಲ್ಲು ನೋಡ್ರಿ ಅವು ಫ್ಲಾಟ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ, ತೆಗ್ ಬಿದ್ದಾವ. ಸೆಂಟರ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಕ್ಯಾವಿಟಿ ಅದ, ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಲೋ ಕಸ್ಪ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. This is the low cusp. Okay. Okay, then heterodont. Heterodont ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? Presence of different types of teeth. Presence of different types of teeth. Then what are those? Hangire avu yavu? Yes, what are those? Yes, let me take those. And they include what? First one, as different types of teeth are there. First one, incisors. Second, canines. Third, premolars. And fourth one is the molar teeth. Okay, so what are the teeth that we have here? Incisors, canine, premolar, molar. Incisors are ತುದಿಗಿರುವಂತವು ಹಲ್ಲುಗಳು ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ. Canine, sharp edged ಕೋರೆ ಹಲ್ಲುಗಳು. Premolar and molar, grinding teeth ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ. Yes. Then how many of them are there? ಹಂಗಿದ್ರೆ ಇವು ಎಷ್ಟು ಇರ್ತಾವ? Yes, how many are there? Now incisors, how many are there? Incisors 2, canine 1, premolar 2, molar 3. So that's why based on this what we have is we have the dental formula. Yes, we have the dental formula. So let me write it here. Dental formula of adults is 2123 by 2123. This is the dental formula. 2123 by 2123. Correct. Out of these, if you count them, idu mouth now 4 ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಓರಲ್ ಕ್ಯಾವಿಟಿ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 4 ಭಾಗಕ್ಕೆ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ವಿ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಿಸ್. 4 ಭಾಗ ಆಗಿ ಡಿವೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆ ಹಾಫ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 2 1 2 3 ಅಂತ ಇರೋದ, ಈ ಕಡೆ 2 1 2 3 ಅಂತ ಇರೋದ, ಈ ಕಡೆ 2 1 2 3 ಅಂತ ಇರೋದ, ಈ ಕಡೆ 2 1 2 3 ಅಂತ ಇರೋದ. ಎಸ್ 2 1 2 3 ಅಂತ ಇರೋದ. ಓಕೆ, ನೀವು ಎಲ್ಲಾನು ಕೌಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ, ಎಷ್ಟಾಗ್ತಾವ ನೋಡ್ರಿ. ಇದನ್ನ ಕೌಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ, ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಸೇರ್ಕೊಂಡು 8. ಇದನ್ನ ಕೌಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ 8 8, ಈ ಕಡೆ 8 8. ಸೊ ಟೋಟಲ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ 32. Okay, so totally it accounts for 32. Okay, so when it will become 32, ಇದರೊಳಗಡೆ ಒಂದು ಟರ್ಮ್ ಅದ where we are going to use the third molar teeth. ಅದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ನೇಮ್ ಅದ. The third molar teeth is called as wisdom teeth, which occurs at the age of 18 to 25. 18 ರಿಂದ 25 ವರ್ಷ ಒಳಗಾಗಿ ಬರ್ತದ. ಈಗ ಬಹಳಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಅದು ವೆಸ್ಟಿಜಿಯಲ್ ಆಗದ, ಅಪೇರ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ. It is becoming vestigial. Okay, the third molar teeth is said to be what? Wisdom teeth ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. Okay, now this is regarding the part of the buccal cavity. Oral cavity ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟಾಯ್ತು. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡೆಂಟಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿವಿ, ದಿಸ್ adults, but children's dental formula ಅದ. There is a children dental formula. If you know the dental formula, you can just share it. Of children dental formula, ಸಣ್ಣ ಮಕ್ಕಳಲ್ಲೇ dental formula. Okay, so this is regarding the first two parts. Then comes the pharynx. Yes, children dental formula. Total number of teeth ಎಷ್ಟು ಇರ್ತಾವ children's ಒಳಗಡೆ? 20. Adults daga 32, children's daga 20. So what will be its formula? 2102 by 2102. Correct. Yes, 20 irtav. Elli children's ಒಳಗಡೆ, adults ಒಳಗಡೆ it's a 32. Okay, now let us go to the next one, pharynx. Now let's look at the pharynx. Pharynx is the common passage. It is the common passage for food and air. Pharynx is the common passage. ಆಹಾರ ಮತ್ತು ಗಾಳಿ ಇದು ಒಂದರ ಮುಖಾಂತರನ ಹೋಗ್ತದ. Pharynx is a common passage for food and air. Yes, so this is pharynx. It's a small part, food and air. The food from the pharynx enters into the next organ called as esophagus. You can just see it in the diagram here. Esophagus is a long tube-like structure which measures around 20 to 25 centimeters long. Esophagus, long tube-like structure that helps in movement of the food bolus. Yes, that helps in movement of the food bolus. Okay. Then you can just look at the salivary glands here, which are present in the oral cavity. Our glands ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮಾತಾಡೋಣ. I am talking about only the human digestive system. ಆನಂತರದಲ್ಲಿ human digestive glands ಅಂತ ಬರ್ತದ. ಆ glands ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮಾತಾಡೋಣ. Okay. Esophagus, long tube-like structure that helps in transport of the food from where to where? From oral cavity to stomach. Then let's come to the stomach. Stomach is a storage organ of food. Stomach is, it helps in storage. So storage of food. Occurs in the stomach. It is a J shape. What is the shape? Shape at bandaga. The shape of the stomach is J shape. J shape. Okay. Yes. Now out of this, illi modale part antirade. Okay, let me go to the next one. If possible, I'll show you. So here we have one more diagram. Okay, so I'll come across this diagram also later. Okay. Stomach, there are three parts actually. So here this is the fundus, first part. Here we call it as a fundus. This part we call it as a cardiac. And this is called as the body. and this part, this is called as pyloric stomach. Okay, so we give different names here. So stomach, fundus, where the air is stored. ಆಹಾರ ತಿನ್ನುವಾಗ air enter ಆದಾಗ ಅದು where it is stored, fundus. Now after when we take in food, sometimes we undergo the process of belching. Belching ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಡರಿಕೆ ಬಿಡೋದು, ಅದು ಫಂಡಸ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಗಾಳಿ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ ಆಗಿರೋದು. Cardiac, because that part of the stomach is located nearer to the heart. Body middle part ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, food storage ಆಗುವಂತದ್ದು. Pyloric, end part, posterior part of the stomach ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. So this we divide stomach into these parts where I have shown you in the diagram itself. Okay, then after the stomach, what comes? Intestine. Intestine. Now intestine is divided into two parts. Okay, as you know it, intestine is divided into two parts. What are those? One is the small intestine. I am going to write in short, SI. Other one is the large intestine. Small intestine, large intestine. Now small intestine is divided into three parts. Small intestine more part. Yavadadu? The first part, here the C-shaped structure in the idu duodenum. This is the first part of the small intestine. Then second comes the jejunum. This is the second part of the small intestine. Third part is ileum. This is the third part, ileum. So 1, 2, 3, wherever I have marked with the blue ink, it is a small intestine, more part of. Out of these, which is C-shaped structure? Which is a C-shaped structure ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದಾಗ ಅದು duodenum. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ರಿ duodenum C-shaped ಅದ. Okay, this is the first part. This is regarding small intestine. Small intestine is divided into how many parts? The three parts. What are those? First part duodenum, second part jejunum, third part ileum ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ. Okay, yes. Now, yes, C shape or U shape, Shweta. Okay, but mainly we call it as C or U, but more correctly we use C also. Okay, large intestine. Okay, large intestine, let me mark it with the green ink. Large intestine, it starts with the region called as a cecum here. It's a cecum. Okay, let me write here. Cecum is there. Then after the cecum, it's a large intestine part. This is a colon. Okay, this is the colon. This is the second part. This colon is divided into three parts: ascending colon, transverse colon, and descending colon. All are the parts of colon. Then this is the second part. Third part is the rectum, and finally it ends with the anus. Okay, again large intestine we divide into three parts. What are those? Those three parts, what does it include? Now first part is cecum, colon, rectum, ends with anus. That's where the undigested food is removed out. Out of these, the most longest part is small intestine. Small intestine is most longest part, which measures around 20 to 22 feet in its length. The large intestine, it measures around 4 to 6 feet in its length. But the longest part is what? Longest one is regarding the small intestine, which measures around 20 to 22 feet long. Okay, so this is regarding the digestive system in man. This is digestive system. Now suppose if we come across the digestive organs ಬಂದು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಅವು ಯಾವ್ಯಾವು? Okay, shall I move to the next one? Yes, Priyanka, you have asked about vermiform appendix. Vermiform appendix is present at the cecum region. Now this vermiform appendix, we call it as a vestigial organ. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು vestigial organ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ. That means functionless. But ಆದರೂ ಇದು ಒಂದು ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ನಮ್ಮ ಬಾಡಿ ಒಳಗಡೆ, ಬಾಡಿ ಡಿಫೆನ್ಸ್ ಮೆಕ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್, which you are going to study in the second year. Yes, vestigial organ ಅಂತನೂ ಕರೀತೀವಿ. That means vermiform appendix is having no role, but still it performs a role. It acts like a secondary lymphoid organ. Okay, next year study ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. Presently it is a vestigial organ. Vestigial ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ which is of no use. Okay, appendix operation ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿರ್ತೀರಿ, ಅವಾಗ ಈ ವರ್ಮಿ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ appendix ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ತೆಗಿತಾ ಇರ್ತಾನ from the abdomen. Okay, ದೀಪ pancreas ವರ್ಕ್ ಅದು ಗ್ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ಸ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಬರ್ತದೆ. So I am going to put that glands now. Okay, here let me digestive. Glands, that the first one, the salivary glands, then the second one is a gastric gland, third one is liver, fourth one pancreas, and fifth one is intestine. So all these are the digestive glands that helps in secretion. Shweta Patil, yes, children dental formula 2102 by 2102. Okay, these are digestive glands. Digestive glands ಎದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾವು? Digestive juice, digestive enzyme ತಯಾರು ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ. Right, ಇಲ್ಲಿ digestive juice ಅಂತ ಯಾಕೆ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ they are present in the form of fluids. Okay, now salivary gland, look at the salivary gland, oral cavity ದಾಗ ಅದಾವ. ಯಾವ್ಯಾವ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ the first one parotid gland, second one submaxillary, and third one sublingual glands. GLANDS. Okay, so these are the three pairs of salivary glands oral cavity ದಾಗ ಇರ್ತಾವ. You can feel the release of the saliva release ಆಗೋದು ನೀವು ಫೀಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದು. ಹೆಂಗ್ ಫೀಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬಹುದು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ parotid gland below the ear lobe, ಇಲ್ಲಿ in the angle of the jaw parotid gland ಎರಡು ಇರ್ತಾವ. ನೀವು ಬಹಳ ಹುಳಿ ಇರುವಂತ ಫುಡ್ ಸ್ಟಫ್ಸ್ ಏನಾದ್ರು ತಿನ್ನೋ ಟೈಮ್ನಾಗ ಅಥವಾ ಬಹಳ ಹುಳಿ ಹುಣಸಿಕಾಯಿ ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಥವಾ ನೆಲ್ಲಿಕಾಯಿ ಇರಬೇಕು, ಅದನ್ನ ಉಪ್ಪು ಹಚ್ಕೊಂಡ್ ತಿನ್ಬೇಕು. ಉಪ್ಪು ಹಚ್ಕೊಂಡ್ ನೀವು ಕಡ್ದಾಗ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪೇನ್ ಆಕತಿ, ಸಲೈವ ರಶ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ. ಇಫ್ ಯು ವಾಂಟ್ ಟು ಫೀಲ್ ಇಟ್, ಹಂಗಿದ್ರೆ ಸಲೈವ ರಶ್ ಆಗೋದು ನೀವು ಫೀಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕಂತಂದ್ರ ಇವತ್ತು ಆ ರೀತಿ ಮಾಡ್ರಿ. ಒಂದು ಹುಣಸಿಕಾಯಿರ ಬಹಳ ಹುಳಿ ಇರಬೇಕು ಅಥವಾ ನೆಲ್ಲಿಕಾಯಿರ ತಗೊಳ್ರಿ, ಉಪ್ಪು ಹಚ್ಕೊಡ್ರಿ, ಉಪ್ಪು ಹಚ್ಕೊಂಡ್ ತಿನ್ರಿ, ಏನಾಗ್ತದ. ಈಗ ಬಹಳ ಜನ ಬಾಯಾಗ ಸಲೈವ ಬರಾದತಿ. Yes, fine. You can try it so that the release of saliva can be felt. Rush ಆಗ್ತಿರೋದು saliva, ಅದಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಪೇನ್ ಆಗ್ತದ. Yes, okay. So this is regarding the parotid gland. Submaxillary, sublingual, lower in the angle of the lower jaw ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇರ್ತಾವ. Out of these, the sublingual glands, they are present below the tongue. ನಾಲಿಗೆ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಶಾವಿಗೆ ಎಳೆಗಲ್ದೆ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ಸ್ ಅದಾವ, ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಸಲೈವ ರಿಲೀಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತದೆ. You can feel it with the help of your tongue. These are salivary glands that will secrete saliva. Salivary glands ಏನ್ ತಯಾರು ಮಾಡ್ತಾವ? Saliva. Saliva contains what? Water, mucus, along with that enzymes. Okay, so this is the salivary glands. It secretes saliva. Then gastric gland, ಯಾವುದು? Stomach. It secretes HCl, hydrochloric acid, that helps in digestion of the food. Along with that, gastric gland also secretes pepsin as well as renin. So along with the HCl, it also secretes pepsin and renin. Pepsin protein digesting enzymes ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, renin milk digesting enzyme ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Okay, liver. Liver is the largest gland in the human body and it will secrete what? In secretion ಮಾಡದ liver secretes bile juice. Liver secretes bile juice and those juices are what? Bilirubin, biliverdin. Yes, correct. Bile pigments and bile salts ಅಂತನೂ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. But bile juice that helps in digestion of fat molecules especially. Okay. Then liver ನೆನಪಿರಲಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು, it is the largest gland in the human body. Liver is the largest gland in the human body. Okay. Remember that point also. Okay. It is also said to be what? Largest gland. Yes. Coming to the next one, pancreas. Pancreas ellada. Summer, correct. It weighs around 1.5 kg. Summer Suryavanshi, correct. Pancreas ellada. Yes. Below the stomach. Stomach ಕೆಳಗಡೆ duodenum attachment ಆಗಿದೆ pancreas. ಅದು ಕನ್ನಡದಾಗ ಏನಂತಾರ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ಪಿತ್ತ ಜನಕಾಂಗ. I don't know its exact term. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರೋದ? ಇದು pancreas. Yes, this is a pancreas. Pancreas secretes what? Pancreatic juice. That helps in digestion of what? That helps in digestion of proteins, carbohydrates, lipids, nucleic acids. Ella digestive enzymes are pancreas. What are those? We are going to study. Insulin juice alla, insulin hormone adu. Correct. Yes, Sangesh, correct. Pitta janakanga, very good. Yes, correct. Okay. Now, all the enzymes that are secreted by these glands, you are going to study it in our regular class. In regular class, you enen enzymes are ಮಾಡ್ತಾವನು study ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ. Okay. Now, finally, intestinal gland secretes intestinal juice. This secretes intestinal juices. Okay. Intestinal glands will secrete intestinal juice that helps in digestion of, again, proteins, as well as even it helps in digestion of the nucleic acids, lipids also. Okay. So this is regarding the digestive gland and digestive system. The food that we are taking in will enter into the stomach. It is stored there. It helps in partial digestion. After that, the food from the stomach enters into the small intestine where maximum digestion and absorption takes place. Then in the large intestine, there is only absorption of the digested food, and the undigested food is stored in the rectum for a few times. Later on, it is eliminated out through the anus. Right. So this is regarding your digestive system. So here we are going to end up our class, and in the tomorrow's class, let's start with the respiratory system, human respiratory system. And in case if you have any doubt regarding this part, you can ask me to my WhatsApp number. Okay. So have a nice day. Thank you.